Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishop, elders, a great millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, already concepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all our pushing this truth and believing this truth, the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to our wealth who are listening, learning. If your sisters are listening, learning. Come listen to a lesson, true fact, faith, notification, the data notification, Lord wills to be edifying. So I tell this lesson, the prophecies of World War III is common conversation. I just want to show this clip from this podcast, redacted. Give a couple precepts. I ain't gonna make this too long, Lord willing. The prophecy of World War III is common conversation. So let's play this. Turn this volume down a little bit. Lord was edifying.
Well, we are on World War III watch. It's like a crock pot of war rhetoric right now, all thrown into one big pot. Just a few minutes ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping threw his support behind Russian President Vladimir Putin and the security of the Russian state, military security for Russia. A congressional report out this morning warning that a war with Russia and China is on the horizon, and the U.S. should be prepared. Of course, we covered last night, U.S. Foreign Affairs Committee, Committee Chairman Mike McCall, authorizing President Biden to use force in a war against Iran. The Biden regime has also discussed using military force if Lebanon-based Hezbollah attacks Israel with rockets. All of these things unfolding in a World War III watch right now. We figured we'd bring in former UN.
So again, why is this being mentioned? If World War III is not of any importance. One more time.
Well, we are on World War III watch. It's like a crock pot of war rhetoric right now, all thrown into one big pot. Just a few minutes ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping threw his support behind Russian President Vladimir Putin and the security of the Russian state, military security for Russia. A congressional report out this morning warning that a war with Russia and China is on the horizon, and the U.S. should be prepared. Of course, we covered last night, U.S. Foreign Affairs Committee, Committee Chairman Mike McCall, authorizing President Biden to use force in a war against Iran. The Biden regime has also discussed using military force if Lebanon-based Hezbollah attacks Israel with rockets. All of these.
Now, when you read these scriptures, it tells you in Deuteronomy, Salakia, in Daniel's chapter 2, when Daniel was showing this vision to the king of Babylon, he said, "Thou art the head of gold, and after thee shall arise another kingdom which shall be inferior unto thee." As a matter of fact, let me get it. This is Daniel's 2 and 36. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, are the king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of heaven, hath he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee. Who is this? The kingdom that came out of the Babylonian Empire was the Medes and the Persians. The Medes would be the Russians today. That's who's occupying that land. The Edomite Russians. The Persians would be Iran. And I make this point all the time. Who took down ancient Babylon? It was the Medes and the Persians. Now, the Lord hath given the Medes and the Persians more allies. So, one more time, because what's going on is if you in the know, if you haven't, America got to defend Taiwan from China. They got to defend Ukraine from Russia, and they also have to defend Israel from Iran. Now, Taiwan is a part of China, just like Ukraine was a part of Russia, the old Soviet Union. So America is spread it thin, trying to defend. Now let me get this. Ecclesiastes 1, verse 9. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us, right? Dealing with World War One and World War Two. And this is Revelation chapter 9 and 12. One woe is past, which was the first World War, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. This is Revelation 11 and 14. It reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes. Let's read this again. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything where it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Then the Lord said, He's going to have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Yes, in Deuteronomy, man. In Deuteronomy 25, in Exodus 17, I know, this is Ecclesiastes 3 and 14, I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And God doeth it that men shall fear before him. These men that fear before Yahweh Shema Shai is the remnant, because we know these are the words of the Lord. This is the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and God require that which is past. So let's run this again. I got a couple more precepts.
Well, we are on World War III watch. It's like a crock pot of war rhetoric right now, all thrown into one big pot. Just a few minutes ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping threw his support behind Russian President Vladimir Putin and the security of the Russian state, military security for Russia. A congressional report out this morning warning that a war with Russia and China is on the horizon, and the U.S. should be prepared. Of course, we covered last night, U.S. Foreign Affairs Committee, Committee Chairman Mike McCall, authorizing President Biden to use force in a war against Iran. The Biden regime has also discussed using military force if Lebanon.
Why is it a force? Why are they preparing the force against Iran? Because Iran are the Persians. Russia are be the Medes, man. It's the same old people, the same old nations. The Lord just gave them allies.
Based Hezbollah attacks Israel with rockets. All of these things unfolding in a World War III watch right now. We figured we'd bring in former UN weapons inspector.
A World War III watch. But the Lord already told us it's in the scripts, man.
Former U.S. Marine Scott Ritter, whose analysis on geopolitics and everything going on with these strategic war rhetoric right now is so important. Scott, welcome to the show.
You see the title? War with Iran would be suicide, and the U.S. will lose. Let's listen to some of this guy, Scott Ritter.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I guess maybe we start with just a few minutes ago, Xi Jinping throwing security support behind Russia. And what does this mean with this new congressional report warning that Russia and China, a war with both of those countries simultaneously, is on the horizon?
Well, first of all, let's talk about what Xi Jinping has done. China and Russia, of course, have a relationship that's superior to any treaty relationship. It's a relationship without any boundaries. This is what they've been saying. But there's been some boundaries. I mean, China has been a little bit reticent about Russia's military incursion into Ukraine. It violates China's Westphalian principles of sovereignty and things of that nature. But I think China has been compelled to reassess its posture, not by Russia's actions, but by the collective West's actions. That China now recognizes that this struggle between Russia and Ukraine isn't about Russia against Ukraine. It's about Russia against the collective West, against NATO, against the United States. And then China has to evaluate the rhetoric and the actions that have been coming out of the United States, its European allies, its Asian allies, in regard to China, the strangulation of China that they're trying to do economically and geopolitically. And China, I think, has realized that the best way to protect China is to align China militarily, from a security standpoint, with the other nation that is lined up against the same enemy set that China's facing, and that's Russia. And this is a huge deal because it's not that China's military is going to be coming over the borders. I mean, I think you'll see some Chinese assistance from a material standpoint. You'll see some of this. You'll see closer cooperation between Russia and China. It won't be a one-way street. Russia has some technology it can offer China that will be devastating to America if China ever incorporates it. But more importantly, it's about the fact that Russia is no longer alone. That China now says we support what you're doing. We're on your side. We're on Team Putin. When it comes to Ukraine, when it comes to the world, the global position. This is bad news for those in the United States who are trying to resurrect Cold War fantasies of being able to wage and win two wars simultaneously. Back when I was in the Marine Corps, we actually had a posture of fighting 2.5 wars. The way the United States was configured militarily, we could fight a war in Europe using NATO and defeat the Soviet Union. At the same time, we could fight a major war in the Pacific, probably North Korea, and defeat the North Korean Chinese threat, and still have sufficient force to engage in a smaller war, say in the Middle East, where we would fight a holding action until we won one of the two major wars and diverted the resources in to win the half war. And we had the forces to do that. We trained to do it. We were ready to do it. And thank God we never had to do it, but I think we could have done it. Today, we went from 2.5 to 2 wars. Today, we're down to literally one war, and we can't even do one war. Let's be honest. If we went to war right now in Europe against Russia, we don't have sufficient military force to prevail. We can fight a war. We can't win a war. If we went to war against China,
here's one thing you need to do before.
You know what? I knew they was gonna do that. So bear with me here.
Buying anything online. Don't spend another time on Amazon until you watch this
I
first.
ain't want to play no more of that.
Fight a war, but we can't win it. And that's even if we bring the totality of our conventional strength.
So you already said we can fight a war, but we can't win the war. That was the point I wanted to make. Now, in 2nd Ezra 6 and 20, it reads, And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. So everybody see that World War III is brewing up, but not before the micro see here. But it's brewing up, man. And they know that they can't win. This is the prophecy of Yahweh Shem HaShai, man. America will be destroyed. There will be a World War III. This is Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this, what's the this? World War III. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Now, NATO was established, was set up to destroy USSR, the old Soviet Union. NATO was set up to destroy the old USSR, man. Well, the Lord said in Ezekiel 38 that He's going to put hooks into the jaws and turn them back. And that's the old Soviet Union. USSR is here again. And so, like I mentioned it in the video that I did, that I got a strike for a whole week, because I played a video from the TV channel American History Channel. No, I'm sorry, American Heroes Channel. Came home from the plantation 2 weeks ago, and they was on this channel. I clicked on this channel, and they was showing how the Edomite saying how the American Empire, the Edomite Empire, will be destroyed by nuclear apocalypse. And they went from the atom bomb all the way to the ICBM, which is intercontinental ballistic missiles. Edomites. They started with Robert Oppenheimer from the atomic bomb. When they dropped it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they dropped it on Bosnia, they dropped it on Yugoslavia, and NATO was established to destroy the Soviet Union. Now, when they showed this clip, you can go watch it. It's called How the World Will End. Season 1, Episode 2, Nuclear Apocalypse. And in the midst, and I've been saying this since I've been doing I did a lesson on it. They were showing the Edomite say, Edomite say, yo, we took down the USSR. Right when he said that, in the next second, they showed Putin, and he said, USSR is back all over again. Russia has rebuilt. He said USSR has rebuilt themselves. And you can't make this up, man, because it's in the scriptures. The Lord has reestablished, rebuilt the old Soviet Union, man, which they created NATO to destroy. They here again. And now, USSR, the old Soviet Union, have more missiles than anybody on the planet, man. Russia have more missiles than America. I did a lesson on that a couple years ago, man. Russia has the most missiles out of all the countries, man. The Lord set them up to be a guard to these nations. Why is this? Why is World War III a common conversation? Because it was already in the scriptures, man. Predestinated, man. But not before that micro C here be made mandatory. I just want to make some points. I'm gonna play this again, and I'm gonna close. I just want to show you, man. This, which we all know, this is common conversation. The mark of the beast, World War III is common conversation, man. And the angels is holding back these four winds. This is the destruction that's coming. The micro C has been made mandatory. Famine and pestilence, sedition, World War III. These are the things that the angels are holding back, man, until the elect get sealed. This is the common knowledge of the earth because it's the will of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Well, we are on World War III watch. It's like a crock pot of war.
We on World War III watch, and that's facts. We on the micro C here watch. Facts. We on famine and pestilence and sedition watch. Facts. Why? because the Lord told us first, before the World Wide Web, before the unicorn, before the internet. The Lord already told us we don't need the so-called white man's validation. The Lord been told us. It was documented a long time ago. And we just watching the words of the Lord play out real time in a movie, man. Jacob and Esau is the main characters. Everybody else, the other 16 heathen nations, is just characters. Okay? Collateral damage and casualties of war extras in the movie, man. Hold on.
Well, we are on World War III watch. It's like a crock pot of war rhetoric right now,
This is
all
beautiful,
thrown into
man.
one big pot. Just a few minutes ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping threw his support behind Russian President Vladimir Putin and the security of the Russian state, military security for Russia. A congressional report out this morning warning that a war with Russia and China is on the horizon, and the U.S. should be prepared. Of course, we covered last night U.S. Foreign Affairs Committee, Committee Chairman Mike McCall, authorizing President Biden to use force in a war against Iran. The Biden regime has also discussed using military force if Lebanon-based Hezbollah attacks Israel with rockets. All of these things unfolding in a World War III watch right now. We figured we'd bring in former UN weapons inspector, former
This is Isaiah 42 and 13. Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yell, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I'm going to close with this. This is Jeremiah 20. This is Jeremiah 23 and 20. It reads, the anger of Yahweh shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. You got to get one more. This is Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5. Because it's been told to Jake. It's been told to the heathens. They can go in. Clayton, right here, Clayton Morris, he can go into details. Jeremy Bade, Gerald Salente, Peter Schiff, Ron Paul, Jim Rickards, Richard Wolf, Chris Hedges, they can go into details. Glenn Beck, I love to watch Glenn Beck. That's an Edomite there. They might be going hard. They can go into details, but they don't know why. They don't know why it's happening and whose is coming from. We do. That's the beauty. Habakkuk 1 and 5. Behold you among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which you will not believe, though it be told to you. And it's been told to us from the apostles and elder bishop and elders of Great Millstone 40 plus years, man. Going on 40 plus years. Okay? It's been told to us, man. It's been told to the world. And though it was told to them, they would not believe it. Well, World War III, the mark of the beast, is common knowledge. Now, let me read this title from the article when I was listening to the brother Bayan Yashala lesson the other day, showing you that the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, is common knowledge. This is common conversation. In this video, let me find it here. I have to send things to myself so I can do lessons on them. Let me go to it real quick. Oh, this is another one I forgot to mention. It's a BRICS. U.S. and Europe may soon need local currency to purchase oil. Let me hold on. Let me open this. Just want to read the title. Lord, will I'm going to this tomorrow or today. It's already the next day. It say BRICS. U.S. and Europe may soon need local currency to buy oil. Hey, cause everybody's leaving Babylon the Great, man. Now it's their turn. The cop, the purchase from other nations. But this is what I want to read from the article the brother put up. The brother Bayan Yashal, Shalom Mark, the brother coming aboard. He did a lesson the other day, and I had to do two parts to this lesson because it's so fire, man. This is the words of Yahweh Shema Shai say. The U.S. is in the throes of a total financial collapse, followed by the mark of the beast. You can't make this shit up, man. This is common conversation. The mark of the beast and World War III is common conversation, man. I just want to make them points. While tuning in, gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well. Well, apostles and elders of all Israel already accepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hope of the elect. Both who are listening, learning, if your sisters are listening, learning. Off to the knee, and may Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. And I could have went a lot longer, but I gotta hit the plantation in the morning at 6. I gotta get up at 5. So the spirit just, I've been holding this. I just want to bring out some things, showing you this is coming. I can get another 30, 40 precepts to go with this lesson, but gotta hit the plantation. Listen, World War III, the mark of the beast is common conversation, man. So anybody that don't get it, they don't understand, they can't see it, hey, that's between them and the Lord, man. But for us, we in the know, we're gonna continue forward ahead, man. So again, do off to the end. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your house and stay prayed up. May the blessing of election be upon your house. And next time I say Shalom, Wa Abba. Shalom to everybody tuning in. The Akhmanat Waf. Yahweh Shema Shah Brakatah.